Lyuba, do you know how old this bookcase is? I pulled out the bottom drawer last week and I looked, and there were numbers burnt into the wood with a poker. This bookcase was built exactly 100 years ago. What do you think of that? We could celebrate its centenary. It's an inanimate object, but whichever way you look at it, it's still a bookcase. It's quite an achievement. My name? Yeah. My name is, Wolf. Yeah. Well, I got killed in the end, and you all said, "Yippee!" Oh, I'm not complaining about that. I wasn't as clever as I thought I was. So I'll take my defeat like a wolf. But now that I'm a was wolf, that is a dead wolf, and I'm up here in Valhalla, paradise for wolves, I'll rest a lot easier if the record is set straight. You see, the official accounts of what actually happened that day are all lies. And I hate lies, especially lies about me. So, here's the story how it really happened. Dear bookcase, most esteemed bookcase, I salute your existence, which for 100 years has been directed towards the shining ideals of goodness and of social consciousness. For 100 years your unspoken summons to fruitful labour has never faltered, upholding, through all the generations of our family, the ideals of goodness and of truth. In off the corner and into the right-hand pocket. Well, the first lie that annoys me is all this big bad wolf business. Big. I may have been average-sized once, but by the time I was killed I was more skin than muscle. And why bad? What were ever bad about me? I reckon I was one of the nicest wolves I know. So, instead of in the forest there lived a big bad wolf, now read, in the forest there lived a skinny, nice wolf.
At last, all's well, I can see where we all soon will be. Listen, Jesus, to the warning I give. Please remember that I want us to live. But it's sad to see our chances weakening with every hour. People, they are starving. They matter more than your feet and head. God, I'll never ever know why you chose me. For your crime, your foul, bloody crime.
Well, Little Red Riding Hood came along. And again the history books have got it all wrong. Unless she was as short-sighted as a one-eyed rhinoceros, do you honestly expect she'd have mistaken me for her grandmother? All those lies about what big teeth you've got and so on. I'll tell you exactly what we said to each other. Well, she knocked on the door and I called out, "Who is it?" Which was rather clever of me, because I knew who it were, but Granny wouldn't have known, would she? "It's me, Grandma," said Little Red Riding Hood. "Who's me?" I said. "Who's you?" she replied. "Who's you?" I said. "Little Red Riding Hood, I brought you a basket full of lovely food." "Oh, surprise, surprise," I said. "Come in, my dear, come in." And in she came. Well, naturally, I stayed under the covers. "How are you feeling, Grandma?" said Little Red Riding Hood. "Oh, I've caught a terrible catching illness, and as I don't want you to catch it too, I'll just stay here under the covers until you've gone. You just put down the basket and run along home, but run quickly, 'cause I've heard there's a big bad wolf in the forest." It was brilliant. I felt like jumping out of bed and giving myself a round of applause. "Okay, Grandma," said Little Red Riding Hood. So she put down the basket, turned round to leave, and in at that moment, but Granny herself. Well, I would have made a run for cover if I weren't so paralysed with terror. "Grandma," said Little Red Riding Hood, "if you're here, who could that possibly be in your bed?" "Whoever you are," said Granny, "I've got you covered. Come out with your hands up." I poked my nose out from under the edge of the blanket. "Look," I said, "it's been a terrible—" "It's a big bad wolf!" "No, I'm not. I'm just a skinny knife." Bang, bang, bang. It's such an injustice.